Hey, this is how I fell in love with a Thai bar girl in Pattaya. I'm a 23-year-old guy from Greece, and my life took an unexpected turn when I was sent to Pattaya by my successful businessman father for a business trip. What I thought would be a routine visit for work ended up becoming a life-altering experience that I could never have anticipated. While in Pattaya, I found myself wandering the vibrant streets, intrigued by the city's unique energy. One evening, I walked into a beer bar, curious to see a side of life so different from my own. There, I met a girl named Nong, who was working behind the bar. I know what you might be thinking, and trust me, I had the same doubts and reservations. The alarm bells in my head were deafening, but there was something about Nong that drew me in. Despite the language barrier, I don't speak fluent Thai, but I had more than basic communication skills thanks to my father. We managed to communicate. Her broken English and my limited Thai were enough to bridge the gap. Nong, just 19 years old and from the small province of Surin, had an undeniable warmth and kindness that stood out in a place where survival often requires a tough exterior. She had an aura of genuine care that seemed unaffected by the hardships she had faced. We spent time talking, and something just clicked between us. It wasn't long before we decided to spend more time together, and over the course of a week, we grew closer. At first, our relationship seemed like the typical dynamic between a foreigner and a bar girl. I was cautious, aware of the stories about the games these girls often play, perfected over years of dealing with tourists. But Nong was different. She never asked me for money and even insisted on paying for our meals occasionally, something that surprised me. It became clear that her interest wasn't purely financial, and she slowly revealed more about her life. Nong's story was heartbreaking. She lost her father to cancer, and her mother, overwhelmed by grief and hardship, tragically took her own life. With only one sister left, who was abandoned by her Thai husband and left to care for her children alone, Nong felt compelled to take responsibility for her niece and nephew. She took up work at the bar to support them, doing whatever she could to ensure they had a better future. As she shared her story, she showed me pictures of her family, and I could see the love and dedication in her eyes. It was then that I realized how strong and selfless she was, despite the challenges she faced. Moved by her resilience and the bond we had formed, I made a bold decision. I couldn't leave Nong behind, not after everything she had confided in me and the connection we had established. I decided to bring her back to Greece with me. It wasn't a decision I took lightly, as I knew the complications and challenges it would bring. Nong only needed to show that she wasn't married and had no children, which she did. I paid the necessary fees to free her from the bar and made a promise to support her sister's family financially. The transition to life in Greece has been challenging for Nong. The cultural differences, language barriers, and entirely new way of life have been overwhelming at times. She's adapting slowly, learning Greek and adjusting to a lifestyle far removed from the one she knew. It's not easy for me either, as I navigate the mixed reactions from my family and friends. Some have been supportive, while others have expressed skepticism and concern. They worry about the complexities of our relationship and the potential for misunderstanding. Despite these challenges, Nong and I are committed to making it work. We are exploring ways to blend our cultures and find common ground. Nong has started to explore her interests and passions, and I'm helping her find ways to pursue them in Greece. We've talked about the possibility of starting a business together, something that could combine her talents with my resources. We're also planning to return to Thailand eventually, where we hope to work remotely and spend more time with her family. Sharing this story isn't about seeking sympathy or validation. It's about acknowledging that love can transcend boundaries and defy expectations. I know the stigma that surrounds relationships like ours, especially when it involves a bar girl. But my experience with Nong has taught me that every person has a story, and sometimes love finds you in the most unexpected places. I've seen firsthand the challenges these women face, often broken by life and burdened by responsibilities they never asked for. They endure so much, yet they remain resilient, holding on to their families and their hopes for a better future. I want to be clear. Not every story has a fairy tale ending, and not every relationship like ours will succeed. But Nong and I are determined to defy the odds. Our love story is still unfolding, and we're taking it one day at a time. We're learning from each other, growing together, and facing the world with courage and hope. So, to anyone reading this, I say, be careful, be kind, and remember that sometimes there are exceptions to the rule. Love knows no boundaries, and sometimes it finds you in the most unexpected of places.